Uh-oh. We got a killer on our hands. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to present to you the Ace 23 assault rifle. This gun is amazing, and I hope you enjoy this review. Let's get it started with before we even really go too deep into this commentary. I want to say that I go about 35 and 5 in this gameplay, and while stats are not relevant, they are in the sense that I pushed this gun to the limits. And by the way, you might have seen that I had a bad start. I tossed a few nades and I completely botched, and this was the first time I used the gun. However, I also tried it out with many different attachments, and this gun works no matter what you put on it. It just feels great. Now, as I was saying, I pushed this gun hard. I hit people long range. I hit people up close. I got away with these weird 2v1 situations where people were pushing me and I was just demolishing them because this gun has a nice enough fire rate to allow me to get these really quick kills up close and personal. Now, interestingly, when we look at the stats, and this is why I don't go too deep into statistics, because when you look at the stats, this gun does not excel. You look at it, it's like, okay, well, it's probably just a regular rifle. It has a decent fire rate, and everything's decent. But I think the fire rate is really what sets it apart, because it's an average rifle, but they just tuned up, they just wound up that fire rate just a little bit, and then all of a sudden, this gun became a monster. And I found that I could do anything I wanted to this other team with it. And I found that this was consistent through each game I played. I could put on any attachment, I could do anything, and this gun works. If you're new to the game, I suggest picking it up, but don't get used to it. I don't think DICE can sit around and let people use this gun. It's too good. It's too fucking good. And this might be the best rifle I've reviewed so far. Hands down, I just can't say enough about it. It's like the AK-5C meets, I don't know, Arnold Schwarzenegger. You can't compare. It's just so good. You can kill people long range, up close, anything you want with it. Now, part of the reason why I didn't do a highlight reel, a lot of the times I'll do a highlight reel, sometimes I won't, depending on how the gameplay flows. This gameplay, it shows perfectly how I was able to hit people long range. Sometimes I'd play a little bit more passive. I'd try and kill people long range. I'd aim at doorways, just funnel people into a choke point with my team, and I wasn't squatted up. Or sometimes I would just run at people. I would just full-on bull sprint, just boom, and I would just pound into the other team. And it worked. It worked no matter what I did. So if you're new to this game, pick this gun up, try it out, and figure out what your playstyle is. If you're going to be a marksman, if you're going to be super aggressive, and then transition into other guns. Do not get dead set on this weapon. I don't think DICE can let this fly. I just don't think they can. It's too good. And it's probably not a good idea to get too used to it. You know, I'm sitting here using this gun. I'm like, hey, you know what? Let's just stop the gun reviews and put up, 10 commentaries with the Ace. Fuck this gun review bullshit. I'm just kidding. But this just goes to show how good this gun is. And I was getting away with stuff that I really shouldn't have gotten away with. I wouldn't have been able to do half of the stuff I did with the FAMAS, with the SAR, with an M16A4, an AK-12. I wouldn't have been able to do it. And statistically, it's not crazy. It's not just an over-the-top gun. It has a above-average fire rate, max damage, minimum damage, drop-off end. I mean, it's all the same. It's not really crazy statistics. But when you pick it up and you start using it, you're like, holy shit, this is really fucking good. And I really found that this is an incredibly effective killing machine. I don't know what it is. DICE, if you're listening to this, what the fuck are you doing with these Ace series of guns? Every Ace gun I've reviewed has been amazing. Do they have a love affair with this gun? Are we about to see an iPhone app for the Ace? I don't know what's going on. The Ace carbines are amazing as well. One of them's great at long range. One of them has 36 bullets in a clip, so you can just unload onto the enemy if your accuracy isn't that good. All of the Ace guns I've used have been just so fucking good. It's ridiculous. And, I mean, you could essentially play Battlefield and only use the A series of guns if you want. Now, you'll also find in this gameplay that I use an M416, and I pick it up off an enemy, and I thought this was a really good gun to compare and contrast the Ace with, because when I use the M416, statistics aside, you could see it takes me a little bit longer to kill people. It might take like that half a second more or that second extra. And when you're using the gun, you can really feel that difference. Because when you're sitting there, when you're standing still or moving and you're shooting a guy, the longer you have to shoot him, the more vulnerable you are. So if you can kill someone quicker, then you're more effective, and then you can get out of there and scatter. And then if someone says, oh, hey, this guy was shooting his gun, and he comes over, then you can just ambush him. But if it takes a long time to kill people, you're just sitting there shooting a gun, and you're open moving target. So I really think this gun is not like, oh, well, this gun is good for this situation. This gun's good for this situation. The Ace 23 outclasses a lot of the assault rifles right now. It outclasses the M416. It outclasses the AK-12. I just think you can't beat it. I don't think you can. So, with that said, I pick it up and try it out. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. You might be sitting there saying, okay, well, I'll destroy you with my FAMAS, bro. Because I have all of the attachments for the FAMAS, and I'm the best. Listen, all right? There are guns that are built for long range, and there are guns that are built for up-close situations. A FAMAS is built for an up-close situation. The gun has 1,000 rounds per minute. That I will lose in a situation where if me and a FAMAS shoot at the exact same time, I'll lose every single time. However, overall, in the dynamic situation of a map where you're always moving around and you're rotating and you're moving with your team, I found that this gun is super effective, and you can do anything you want to the other team with it, no matter what. This was not a one-and-done gameplay. I was able to do this with multiple attachments in multiple different games. I just thought this gameplay was the most effective. I mean, when I was using the M4, I actually was trying to die so I could use the Ace 23 again. So again, do not get hung up on this gun. It can be a little dangerous because it's like getting used to a sirloin steak and eating that every night for dinner, and then you have to go back to eating McDonald's. So if DICE nerfs this gun, you're going to go back to eating McDonald's, and it's going to suck. So you might as well get used to everything else that's going, all the other guns. You might as well get used to them. I wouldn't get too hung up about this rifle. I think it's amazing, but you guys could have a different opinion. Also, I just want to share one tip with you. I found that when I was playing, and this is such an obvious tip if you think about it, but if you're playing by yourself, and you enjoy playing by yourself, and I play by myself just to hone my awareness of the map and to make sure that I don't get too reliant on my teammates for my skill. That way I can keep practicing, and I find that to be effective for me. If you're playing by yourself, do not spawn on your teammates. I mean, you'll see me spawn on my teammates a few times here. Only spawn on your teammates if you are 100% sure that you're going to come out of that alive. If you can spawn up and make sure that you will be okay and you won't get shot. Because when you spawn in this game, for whatever reason, you're in this weird black hole void for 3 seconds where you can't move, shoot, and have any idea what's going on around you, but everyone else can see you and everyone else can shoot you. So I found that taking the random spawn point, allowing the game to put you in a position where you're not just going to get demolished when you spawn, is the most effective. The spawn system in this game is not the best, it's not the greatest, however, you will probably have more luck spawning randomly, or spawning on teammates that you know are safe. Now, you may be sitting here thinking, okay, you just care about your stats, you just care about being a kill whore, whatever. And I've gotten that a lot. I've gotten that all throughout playing video games. People say, oh, you're just a stat whore, you just like to, blah, 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 blah. Here's what I want to lay on the table here. There are varying roles to everything that you do. In this game, Battlefield requires a multitude of skill sets to be successful. If you're going to play Battlefield, you can't have a bunch of people that are all good at flying jets. You can only have 1 or 2 of those. I'm good at running around the map and getting a lot of kills. I'm not the best in a jet. In fact, when I'm in a jet, I find myself, being afraid of the mountains because mountains are like my biggest threat. I can't use a jet. I can't do it. And I'll eventually be able to because I have confidence in myself. But at the moment, I'm good at ground and pound. I'm good at getting on the ground, running around with my rifle. That's what I bring to my team. That's what I bring to the table. So if you're sitting here freaking out because you think I'm some Call of Duty fanboy, I hate Call of Duty. Okay, but regardless, it's still a great game. It's just a video game. Chill out. It's all good. I get way too much heat for being a kill whore. It's not a big deal. Just have some fun. If you like my review, it's all good. Like, comment, and subscribe. All of that good stuff. If not, it's all good too. I'm just trying to bring knowledge to the table and help you guys figure out how to be the most optimal killing machines. You may be better than me, you may be worse than me. As long as I'm offering a different perspective that allows you to have more fun in the game, It's all good. Now, I hope you enjoyed this gameplay. We are reaching the conclusion of this review of arguably, in my opinion, the best assault rifle in the game right now. With that said, I'm out. Peace. I love you guys. Take it easy.